You know, he called me Still Daddy. He's like, Still Daddy, I got some gear, man. I'm going to drop it off. Have Brandy run around, you know, my daughter.
Right.
Have Brandy run by the house and pick it up, you know, like vitamin water, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Under Armour drinks, everything.
Yeah, well, Brown's Neighborhood wanted to give you a token of love, you know, just for showing up. And I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to stand right on over there so they can take a picture.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, some things just need to be documented.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying?
I try to,
you know.
Yeah, I tell it like the honest way that I know it.
Yeah.
It's never no knock on nobody. I just tell
Well,
it
no,
like,
I mean, because see, if you wouldn't have told me you was coaching B and C over there with Todd, because Todd told me he played, you know, B over there and stuff like
he played
that.
for me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even, you know, he didn't say who was the coach.
Right, yeah.
And he didn't tell me what the record was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we still have that record for freshmen.
See what I'm saying? So
63-2.
Wow.
We lost 2 games in 3 years.
Yeah, you know, even when you was just saying, man, he kind of got, you know, caught up or whatever.
Yeah.
Just all of those little things that be said, you know.
Yeah, Todd didn't deserve to go out that like that. Them dudes was something else, man. I was pissed off with them dudes about that.
Yeah.
You know, but he made it out. He good. You know, he stayed grounded. You know, he hit me up every now and then. You know,
Yeah,
check on
he even
me.
hit me up before I came on the cast. I wanted to call him, but I'm gonna let him know, you know, because we all went to elementary together.
Yeah, all of y'all. All y'all was in that same little era. Leonard Baker.
Yeah, Leonard Baker. Baker.
Antoine.
Yeah, Antoine.
All of y'all.
Man, it's some real good troopers, man. I grew up with some good dudes. Like Eric over there.
Yeah, well, that's my boy.
Yeah, he grew up on Mary. He was like one of the puppies. And the rest of them was like the dogs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Eric.
But, you know, the puppy have to grow up sooner or later.
Yeah, Eric was, you know, always a respectable kind.
Yeah.
You know, always give you props. You know, he was that kind of dude.
Yeah.
Nobody disliked Eric. You know,
No,
he was just always that dude,
That's my dog, boy. He all right. You know, he was in school and the teacher hit me.
My girl.
Hit me on the hand with that ruler. He should have grabbed her.
Right.
Well, he didn't do nothing. He stand his ground, you know. he stand his ground. Yes, he was saying, but you all right? You all right, man?
Yeah.
You know, I need to go down to the prison. I need to go home and get my mom. We gonna come down here and turn this spot out.
Yeah.
You know.
My daughter's mom was fun to Eric, you know, because her son name is Eric.
Is that right?
So they've been knowing each other a long time.
Long time. Hey, miss, good stuff come off of Old Mary Street, though. Golly.
Sure. Yeah.
You know? I used to think, you know, they were, you know, 85th had it all.
Y'all had it.
Oh, yeah, we had, we had some doctors and lawyers over there. And the Franklins was over there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good stuff come off the 5. So I don't want to.
you know. Old Minute Brown, my guy, though.
Yeah, Old Minute. Yeah.
Minute, my guy.
He another guy that worked for Drew for, who knows how long? 30 more years, 30 plus
27 years.
27?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Minute was the reason why we got in the gym.
Is that right?
In the 80s.
In the 80s.
Because a Minute was working there. Him and Mr. Williams, rest in peace.
Right.
Don was still teaching there.
Yeah.
You know, and they made sure that we didn't have no problem. You feel me?
Well, you know, black folks, we're going to have to learn to work together in this thing, man. We did it then, we can do it now.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward for you to coming down there to do
the
group.
Man, I'm gonna be there Saturday for sure.
Yeah.
You know, because when you say some of your older brothers tell you something, you need to listen.
Yeah,
so
come on down,
I'm
man.
definitely gonna be down there.
What you got going on, man, brothers would like to be a part of it. You know? And just know that, hey, somebody cares. Somebody want to hear the truth about how all this thing got started. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I said, I ain't never got paid to do nothing, so I don't have to tell no stories that's not true.
Right.
I tell it just like it is. Even if you Google me on Google and say who was the original announcer of the Drew, and it'll show you, and it'll say my no-nonsense professionalism that carried the Drew League to higher heights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just live the way I live. I'm not perfect. Nobody is, you know.
No, not at all.
Jesus married Mary Immaculate, had 2 sons, Cain and Abel, and they killed each other. You know, come on.
Yeah.
So it's just, how you live. And
how you live.
Raise my daughters the same way, to do what you need to do for you and yours.
Yeah.
And everything else will follow.
Yeah. And sometimes, when you see a cat, sometimes you be wondering, how did he grow up? How, and then to hear, that your mom and dad, your mom are educated, down working at the school, different stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, I'll be wanting to know stuff like that, you know?
My father's uncle owned a barbecue place on 43rd and Avalon.
Wow.
Crawford's Barbecue for years. I worked there as a kid coming up, for a little extra money.
And it's good.
And then my mother's brother had the one on Central in 49th. Used to be Lowe's Barbecue. He used to sit right off the street by that senior citizen place right there. He might have ate there back in the day and didn't even know it.
You know what? See, and it's good that you say them things because some of the black young men, not only young, older ones too, need to know that if they could do it, coming back out of them country towns, and they could start a business with the technology and the wisdom that they got today, they can do it too.
Yeah, Pops, he had a vision.
Just gotta believe
he took it, and I was glad that I was a part of it. Because being the only son, I didn't really want to come back from the IE, but I had to do it for him because my sister and them didn't want it. I don't want to live on the east side,
Right.
And I said, well, I'll take it. You know.
I'll take the responsibility.
Yeah, I took the responsibility and changed it around, and took care of the property, real decent,
Well, man, look here, you got to, because they work for that.
Yeah.
And they don't want to see it just given away.
For sure.
So on this Brown Neighborhood podcast, we're going to get out of here, man. We want to thank Bill, but I'm also, I got to give Bill a token of my love. For real, I'm going to go in there, but I'm going to take this picture. I don't know if I'm getting no token or nothing like that. He ain't deserve all of that.
Yeah.
He's still running the race like I'm running it, So until we meet again, God, I want to thank you for having Bill come down here and all of that. Love him, man. I love you, man. And you've been real good to the neighborhood. So it's a blessing. You done gave some of your life to it.
Most of it, yeah.
Because you ain't too many times you go in that gym you didn't see Bill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We coming up, boy, because they'll keep that gym open at 10 o'clock at night sometimes, man.
Yeah.
It'd be like school the next day. The gym's still open. Like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like this. You can leave home 8 o'clock, go run down there.
We lived in the
still
gym.
in the gym. The gym's still open. I said, Lord, man.
We lived in the gym.
How the school is this? This gym was open at 10 o'clock at night on the school day.
Right.
But, it helped save some of us. I bet you that.
For sure. A lot of them,
Definitely did that.
Yeah. I'm proud of the guys. I still see them still.
Thank you for working with old Pokey, too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
He always had the quickness, and he had a funny kind of shot, and I tried to change it. And told him, boy, keep your elbow straight and the fingertip to palm and hold the pose. So after he finally got it together, man, Pokey lit that whole little Trade Tech league up.
Did he?
Man. Pokey was averaging like 30.
Is that right?
And at Trade Tech, yeah.
Yeah, because he be working downtown. I passed through, I seen him.
Yeah, he always in them little soup places and stuff. That's why he got on for years.
Yeah. Well, you got to work. You got to live, so,
Yeah, I had to take him under my wing, get him right,
So, hey, man, if you help one of them and it could save somebody's life, you done a whole lot.
His mom was kind of like, under my wing and said, come on, man, roll with me.
Right.
Took him to Trade Tech, told Richard Wells, I said, this dude can play.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to see.
And he did his
thing. He took
thing.
off, yeah. Polk was a bad boy. All the way to the Crenshaw League. Polk was averaging 20 in the Crenshaw League.
Was he?
Back then, yeah, in the 80s. And Polk,
I know he showed
He was deadly, man. His shot was deadly. Yeah. Everybody will tell you.
Yeah.
Antoine and them will tell you Polk was deadly.
Wow.
He mastered it. He always had big hands for his size.
Right.
Big hands and big feet. Because he wasn't like a 10 and a half, 11 little as he is.
Right.
I wear 11 and a half and I'm 6'5".
Right.
So,
right. Wow.
So he had that.
Wow.
But he didn't have no knowledge of the game.
Right.
So I would just teach him stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Taught him a little crossover. He got deadly with that.
Well, we want to thank the lady that brung you too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for
her time and her effort.
It's
about teamwork.
Yeah,
that make the dream work. I tell you that much.
Trying to season her in the L.A. Niagara Falls. You know, after the death of my kid's mom and stuff happened.
Right.
She said, "I'm gonna come down and and help you."
Wow.
You know, so I put her on to my IHSS so she, get some bread and so she's been great.
Man.
You know, I have my 25-year-old daughter that we had is at home. She got a 6-year-old, so they all
family
work together. You know.
Yeah.
They
become
accepted
family.
her just like that. You know.
Yeah.
So it ain't been no discrepancies. You know.
Man, like I said,
she's always up for things. I told her, I said, I don't know, it might be some jobs around here for you to do.
You know what I'm saying? Hey.
She's
Is that
good.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in the opening.
Yeah.
Because I don't desire all day work.
Right.
As long as I eat breakfast, and then my dinner, because I only eat twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no babysitter.
Right.
You feel me? Because I be at the crib, I got all the TV stuff, Fire Stick. And,
Well, Brown's neighborhood, we here to help people. We the Browns Wellness Center, we got a Richmond Center, and God done been good, man. I can't man, I can't make no complaints. I just gotta tell God, just keep on helping me. And
this crap. But they don't realize this is the foundation.
Yes.
And a lot of brothers had it. Some of us didn't have the funds to push it. But some of us might have did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's how everything rolls.
Well, man, I tell you, man, it takes some family help too. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of them want you to give them something, but boy, they get around me, they gonna work for every dime.
That's what they supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, but it's gonna be a blessing.
Yeah.
But hey, Bob and Pop say, boy, just work with them. Don't never forget your family. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do that.
Sometimes, this is my nephew right there, boy.
He seemed like he in it to win it though.
He in it, but it seems like he need to be picking me up, but I'm picking him up.
Yeah.
But until then, God, we gonna get this thing over. I'm gonna get my picture with Steel Bill, the legend. We'll never want that to be forgotten that, because there's several legends in the league, several legends in the city. I'm trying to become one. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I want to be able to say, hey, Butchie done came up and he ain't forgot. So I'm still putting my work in.
For sure.
And I'm going to say, God, thank you, man. Thank you for certain people that come on here is really special to my heart.
Right.
And I just love it. I love them. And I just want to say, God, thank you for this Browns Neighborhood podcast, because I didn't ever dream I'd even be, on the camera, so
yeah.
It's thank you. All I can tell you is thank you over and over again.
You got views, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
That. Everybody be hitting me up like I was like, no,
right.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
I said he come from the hood.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Right off of Compton Avenue.
Yeah.
Right down the street from Drew. I could come out the house, I could see the school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Took many of my partners to the house, feed them, and go back to school. You know what I'm saying? Because they was hungry. And I'll come on down here, man. Let me whip something up.
Yeah.
And feed them and get on back down there to the school.
Yeah.
So
Pancho he speak highly of you all the time.
Man, that's good,
Because at first he didn't even think, he was talking about you one day at the track. And he didn't know that I knew you.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then I was like, Butchie?
Yeah.
Daniel Brown.
Right.
Oh, he said, I was like, come on, bro.
Man,
I've been knowing him since he was this little,
I'm trying to tell you, I'll be running through the gym. You over there shooting three-pointers back when I don't even know when the three-point shot even come into existence.
I think in the early 90s.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So this was deep shots back in the 80s.
Yeah, I was shooting them for a long time.
Deep. Trying to look real sweet doing it too. I be, man, you have to see this cat to know the real deal. He looking sweet, Oh, man. But now, after he get to talking and telling how he went and worked after he got out of high school and,
for sure.
you know, all of that, it kind of put this together now. Because I was wondering where he getting the money from.
Yeah.
You know, where you getting the money to buy these clothes?
Yeah.
Sharp all the time. Clean.
Yeah.
You know, even Pokey started trying to wear his little socks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Sure.
It was good, man. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world.
Right.
You know, so I'm going to say, God, thank you again. And thank you for the Browns Neighborhood Podcast.